Welcome back to Fundamental Ball. My name is Adel. I will be your digital coach. The Miami Heat destroyed the Memphis Grizzlies 129-103, bringing the Heat's record to 5-1. The Grizzlies are 3-3 on the season. The Miami Heat's defense is for real. They hold the Memphis Grizzlies, who are one of the top three-point shooting teams in the league, in check. They hold them almost to under 100 points. The Miami Heat just keep pounding teams in the paint, and now their threes are starting to fall. This team is going to be one tough customer to beat in the playoffs. You're looking at probably one of the top 5 teams in the league. It's not going out on a limb at all. This team is a contender, and they are for real. As long as they can stay healthy with Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, this team is just a juggernaut, and Bam Adebayo. Now, I want you to keep in mind, they defeated the Grizzlies without Bam Adebayo. They dominated in the paint with Dwayne Dedmon, Jimmy Butler. Tyler Hero was dropping threes. He was 50% on the night from 3. Duncan Robinson got it going a little bit. Let's take a look at the shot charts and the stat pack to see exactly how this all unfolded. The Miami Heat were absolutely dominant, scoring 129 points to the Grizzlies' 103. They dominated the glass, even with Bam Adebayo out of the lineup. They had 50 rebounds to Grizzlies' 32. They moved the ball, they shared it. The Kyle Lowry effect was going on. 31 assists for the Heat, 26 for the Grizz. Paint points 40-34. You would think with a guy like Steven Adams down low, the Grizzlies would look to exploit that more. But that's the difference between having a veteran pure point guard in Kyle Lowry versus Ja Morant, who's an explosive scorer at the point guard position. The Miami Heat also found their shot. It was raining threes from the Miami Heat. 57%, just eye-popping number. Matt Strus unfortunately had to leave the game with injury, but he was hitting shots. Duncan started to hit shots. Tyler was lighting it up. You're going to take a look at the shot chart today with me, and you're going to see how the Miami Heat had a great defensive game plan again, as well as how they were hitting their threes. So we're going to take a look at how 3-level scoring helps. Let's take a look at what a 3-level scorer means and what it can do for you. This is a shot chart of Tyler Hero against the Memphis Grizzlies. He shot 42% from the field. It wasn't a very efficient night, but he puts up buckets off the bench. Now, you can see the game plan for the Grizzlies was to make Tyler drive to his left. As we can see, he was being pushed to his left. A lot of shooters, myself included, like to shoot the jump shot moving to your left, but Tyler likes to shoot his jump shot moving to his right. He's a lot more efficient when he shoots the jump shot moving to his right. As you can see by all the makes, which are the green circles, those are his makes. He made one from the left corner. That's a spot-up shot. Doesn't count. Now, also, here's what a 3-level scorer means. 1 level is shooting from the 3-point line. Tyler can obviously do that. 2nd level, mid-range. Tyler can obviously do that. And then get into the paint and finish with those little floaters, layups, dunks around the rim. Tyler can definitely do that. He did struggle against the length of Steven Adams and P.J. Washington down low, but that's to be expected. He's not uber athletic, even though he added 10 pounds of muscle. He is really explosive, a lot more explosive than he was as a rookie, but he's still not as explosive or strong compared to Steven Adams. He's a beast. So a 3-level scorer defensively is very difficult to guard because you can't just press up on the 3-point line. If you get beat off the dribble, you can't just retreat into the paint. You also then have to worry about this mid-range shot. So the offensive player just has a lot more options and tools for him to work with. So he can give you a ball fake, go by you, get all the way to the rim. Or he can ball fake you, take one step in, hit the J. Or he can ball fake you, take a step in, hezzy, and then go all the way to the basket. There's just so many different options because you're a 3-level scorer, and that's the dimension that Tyler Hero brings off the bench for the Miami Heat. So in this clip, it's going to just show Tyler Hero's prolific shooting beyond the three-point line. The ball gets swung from left to right. Tyler loves to shoot the ball when he's going to his right. So the ball coming from his left, going to his right, he's just in rhythm. Knocks this down. Beautiful shot. On balance, follow through. Love it. Now this clip is a great illustration of what I was talking about as far as what a three-level score brings. As you can see, he's dancing with the guy at the top of the key. He is not giving Tyler any room because he knows that if he pulls up, there's a high percentage chance that he's going to make a three, especially going to his right. He gets crossed over. This defender, I want you to watch this. This defender can't just wait for Tyler in the lane because Tyler can shoot this pull-up. So this defender can't just sit here and wait to take a charge because Tyler can hit that pull-up at the foul line. So he's able to get one step further to the basket, shoot that little floater over the top of the defense. Down it goes. Now in this possession, you can see Aaron Bain, he read the scouting report. You got to make Tyler drive to his left. If you can see his stance, he's cutting off this drive, forcing him to go to his left. But Tyler, he's savvy for a young player. He's going to give him a little shimmy fake, and he's going to use his screen to get to his right hand where he wants to go. Right here. Backs up, creates the space, takes the screen. And this is what we talk about three-level score, because this guy, Jaren Jackson Jr., he's dropping back into the paint. He's worried about that drive because Tyler's drove to the hoop a couple of times. Tyler sees it, puts on the brakes. As you can see, that second defender ended up all the way back here under the basket. Tyler sees that, pulls up for a nice little fadeaway J. Nothing but the bottom. This kid is a pure scorer. So in this clip, just a subtle thing I wanted to point out. P.J. Tucker right here, veteran, defensive stalwart for the Miami Heat. Just sets a nice little back screen on this guy. In fact, Shake Milton kind of just walks into it, and PJ's like, oh, I could screen this guy. All their eyes are on Jimmy Butler getting into the paint because he had a mismatch on the outside against Jackson Jr. And there you go. Jimmy finds him. A little screen by Tucker. Beautiful shot. Now, defensively, the Miami Heat gave Ja Morant fits. You can see what the game plan was. In transition, everybody's got to build a wall, get back, to stop the explosive guy from getting to the rim. They're willing to concede those jump shots from Ja Morant as long as he wasn't killing them attacking the basket, and that's exactly what they did on that possession. Last thing I wanted to point out in our quick hit is Ja Morant. He's an explosive scorer. He's a decent three-point shooter, but I just wanted to point out why he typically doesn't make a high percentage of his threes. When you look at the beef test, the balance is there, but the elbow isn't. The elbow is kind of out. His shot is pretty slow. It starts way down here at his waist, and then he slowly brings it up to his head. But he's so explosive, people typically give him room so he can get the shot off when they're not pressuring him. But if you take a look at it, the ball is basically touching his forehead. It's right where you want to shoot it, but his elbow's too far out. And so when your elbow's out like that, you have a hard time of being consistently accurate with your depth because you need to follow through high. So when you follow through high, the ball is going to have a lot more arc on it, but as you can see, it's decent follow through, but I would like his arm angle to be up here. When you're following through like that, you want to keep that arm above your head. Duncan Robinson, even though he's in a bit of a slump, he does a great job of keeping that arm angle high. I'm going to show you a Duncan Robinson three-point shot so I can demonstrate what I mean. So if we take a look at Duncan Robinson, look at his elbow. His elbow is in. The ball is above his head, so it's high already. So he's going to have a high release. If you take a look, his elbow isn't, this guide hand elbow isn't flared out. His hand's on top of the basketball. Whenever he shoots and releases this, look at his follow through. This is what I'm talking about. This is the arm angle you want when you're shooting the basketball. You want to follow through high. As we were taking a look with Ja Morant, his follow through was somewhere down here, and that's why the ball is typically short. You need to get a 45-degree angle on that arc, and when you hold your arm on that follow-through high, you get nothing but the bottom. And that is it for your Heat receipt against the Memphis Grizzlies. The Miami Heat, 5-1. Their arrow is pointed up. Top 5 team in the league without a doubt. This team can beat you any way you want it. If you want to take away the drive, they can hit the three. If you take away the threes, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, Markieff Morris, Dwayne Dedmon, they're going to pound you in the paint. And then you have Tyler Hero coming off the bench, a legit 3-level scorer. As soon as he comes into the game, he's instant offense. I'm telling you, he's Miami Manu. He's going to fulfill that role in a modern-day way where he gets to put up more shots than Ginobili did, in a more unstructured way than Ginobili did, but he's the same type of player. His shot creation, his scores mentality is a thing of beauty, and you're going to see that on display time and time again, night after night. The Miami Heat's next opponent, the Dallas Mavericks, on Tuesday, come in with a 4-2 record. The Mavericks are going to be a handful with Luka Doncic in the building. It's going to be a great defensive matchup to see how the Heat can look to minimize him. Typically, he likes to get into the lane, get physical, on the outside, hit that step-back jumper, rain some threes. Great vision, great rebounder. It's going to be a test for sure. I look forward to it. Now, one thing I'm going to start expanding this channel is away from just Miami Heat game plans, so to speak. So if there's any type of content, any player you would like me to break down, any defensive set, any offensive set, anything interesting that you would find, comment down below, let me know, tweet at me at Digital Adel, and we'll get into it. That is it for today, folks. I am your digital coach, Adel. You can follow me on Twitter at Digital Adel. If you like the content, please hit the like button, hit subscribe for more, and I will see you guys later. Have an excellent rest of your day.